Hey guys, what's up? This is Bri with another optimized video. Today I'm going to walk you through sleep and show you how you can optimize your sleep with more wisdom and less time. But first I'm going to set the context. If you've already signed up, you know. But if this is your first introduction to Optimize is all about helping you optimize every aspect of your life with more wisdom in less time. And it is now free, and that's significant because it didn't used to be free. Tens of thousands of people have paid $13 a month, $100 a year, $250 lifetime, etc. It's now free. My new business, Heroic, acquired it. We're giving it away for free to help catalyze our movement and fulfill our mission to help change the world, etc. The membership consists of Philosopher's Notes, 101 classes, and plus ones, Optimize plus ones. The Philosopher's Notes are 6-page PDF, 20-minute MP3 distillations of the best books in personal growth. I'll show you a few right now on sleep. The 101s, 50 classes, hour long, 10 of the best ideas in each of the domains we feature. And then the plus ones are short form micro lessons. So the question is, what do you want to optimize today? Because we can help you optimize your habits, your mental toughness, your sleep, your purpose, your leadership, your focus, your productivity, dozens of categories. We just did a video on habits, talked about atomic habits, tiny habits, how to use your willpower wisely to install habits that run on autopilot. Check out that video, check out habits. Today we're going to talk about sleep. I love sleep. Sleep is one of my favorite subjects. And in fact, if you look at my composition here, my little face, carrying a little bit extra weight, getting a little bit more sleep actually helped with that, along with some nutritional tweaks we'll talk about in a different context. Separate chat. We'll talk about Optimal Sleep 101, some ideas that you may enjoy, and then some of the best books in the domain, Why We Sleep, Sleep Smarter, and The Sleep Revolution, among others. But you know what? I want to share with you my Aura scores. I actually share. This is from a presentation we give to our investors. Every time I connect with our investors, I show them every single one of my Aura scores every day. Boom. Because sleep is my number one fundamental that keeps me plugged in and keeps me operating at a high level, and I want to be held accountable. Boom. Yes, I prioritize my sleep. Yes. You can count on me to do what I say is important to me, to honor your investment in me. This is our investment in Heroic. So my average, if you have Aura, you know what this means. But if you have Fitbit, Whoop, etc., you get a certain score. My average this month is 94. It was 93, 93, 93, over 90s. All that to say, I prioritize sleep, and I've reached a decent level of proficiency with sleep that I would love to help you optimize because it's important. In fact, Matthew Walker, great sleep scientist out of Berkeley, wrote a great book called Why We Sleep. We've trained in our Mastery Series coach program 3,500 people from 90-something countries around the world. Now, I've covered 600 books, but I say if you're going to read one book, read this book, Why We Sleep. If you are not getting enough sleep, you are not showing up as powerfully as you could. Full stop. He makes a great point that he used to think that sleep was just one of the fundamentals. He now thinks it's the very foundation of a great life. As always, we've got big ideas. This is a 368-page book, which I pull out a handful of big ideas in 6 pages, and I'll walk you through why it's important. Now, what's funny is these yellow, we've got the PDF just to show you the PDF if you're not familiar. This is how I read them. 6-page PDF. I'm old school. I like to print things out, have them on my desk. I read 1 or 2 or 3 of these a day. I still get something out of them, even though I read the book and wrote the thing. They're packed with wisdom. You can also read it on the web, or you can download our app. Now, these highlighted things are basically blurbs from the book that I then riff on, connect to other ideas, and playfully kick you in the butt to challenge you to move from theory to practice. What's interesting is that the best idea from this book actually came from a sidebar quote, I call them. One of these little quotes here. So here's a quote that he shares. Here we go. He says, I will summarize this section by offering a discerning quote on the topic of sleep and emotion by the American entrepreneur E. Joseph Kosman. The best bridge between despair and hope is a good night of sleep. Now, as we discuss we have classes on conquering depression and conquering anxiety. I used to be up and down. I used to experience come from a family with a lot of experience with depression, etc. Now, thankfully, that's a couple decades in my rearview mirror now, but I didn't prioritize my sleep. And now that I know how important this is, I cross that bridge. I don't allow myself to go back from hope to despair by getting bad nights of sleep consistently. So if you struggle with, depression, anxiety, or whatever, check in on your sleep. This is a huge opportunity to profoundly change your life really, really quickly. He also says that, look, if you're not getting a good night of sleep, you've reset your baseline. You don't even know what it feels like to feel energized anymore. Again, check out the note for more powerful stuff. Why We Sleep, great book. I love that note. Sean Stevenson's fantastic. This philosopher's note. The number one idea I got out of this was the number one tip. You want to optimize your sleep? The number one thing you can do after you prioritize it, because most people don't prioritize their sleep. Let's assume you're prioritizing and saying, oh my gosh, I need to get the recommended 7-8 hours of sleep a night, and I'm only getting 5 or 6, and I'm significantly increasing my risk of cancer and feeling like poop. I'm going to do something about it. Okay, you prioritize it. Longer chat, but then the next big thing you can do is to avoid the screens at night. Quit blowing yourself up with blue light stimulation, which stimulates your cortisol and inhibits the release of melatonin, so you're wired when you should be going to sleep. The only source of blue light back in the day was the sun. Now you can blow your brain up all day, every day, and all night, every night, with this artificial bright light and, of course, the information that you need to consume, which is going to disrupt your sleep. So that's the number one tip. Again, we talk about this a ton, of course. Sleep Revolution, Ariana Huffington, great ideas in here. We have fun looking at how much athletes sleep a lot, how much Jeff Bezos sleeps, Warren Buffett sleeps, etc. And guess what? A lot. They're getting the recommended 8 hours of sleep. Warren Buffett, I should say more accurately, says that he wouldn't sacrifice. Let me actually go to the quote. Check it out. So, where's Warren? Making money because you sleep, not while you sleep, because you sleep. Ariana quotes Jeff Bezos, who says, I just feel so much better all day long if I've had 8 hours of sleep. Therefore, he gets 8 hours of sleep. Some other entrepreneurs, I feel like a zombie. I degrade at 7. 6 is suboptimal. 5 is a big problem. 4 means I'm a zombie. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest guys on the planet. When forced to choose, I will not trade even a night's sleep for the chance of extra profits. Longer chat, we'll leave it at that. So those philosopher's notes, we got a bunch of other ones. Napping, there's a science to taking naps. Did you know you can take like a 6-minute, something that short nap, 6-10 minutes, Harvard research, boom, you're going to boost your performance by taking a nap. So take a nap, change your life. There's notes on that. We've got some other great books with some other great wisdom. Then we have these optimized plus ones. So I call turning off your electronics at night digital sunset. Sun goes down, in our house, electronics go down. Start cooling your brain off, whether it's as early as me, and I'm a pretty ridiculous because I take sleep seriously. Enter sleep scores. But again, if you're blowing yourself up late at night, good luck getting a good amount of deep sleep and being in bed long enough to get enough REM sleep that you need, etc. All those things matter, and you can pull levers that we talk about in these notes, how caffeine really works. You want to have a caffeine curfew. The 10,000 hour rule, right? Anders Ericsson studied the violinist. Malcolm Gladwell popularized his research. Well, the thing that they forget is not only was it 10,000 hours, the best performers slept more on average than the less than awesome performers. They got on average 8 hours and 36 minutes. Boom, let's go. Napping, again, we already talked about it. What was sleep like before Edison invented the light bulb? Well, we talk about it. I take what I call napitations. Anyway, we've got tons and tons and tons of plus ones to help you optimize your sleep. And then we've got this Optimal Living 101 class, 60-minute class featuring these 10 ideas. What do we got here? Start with your why. You got to know why. And then you got to have a purpose greater than being entertained. Most people choose to watch heroes on a screen than be the hero of their own life. I don't need to watch a pseudo-hero, whether that's a fictional character in a drama, or I admire a lot of athletes, but really? I'm going to spend my life losing sleep watching someone and being entertained rather than choosing to be actualized? No, period. What are your sleep kryptonites? We want to identify them. We want to set digital sunset. We want to know what our curfews are. Caffeine, even exercise. You don't want to work out too late. Raises your core body temperature, and you miss a 12-hour mood boost, longer chat. And then we've got all the basic hacks, making your room a sanctuary, making it nice and cool and dark and quiet. All the obvious things that aren't obvious that we need to make practical. We've also got a workbook for every one of our 101 classes. Again, 50 classes like that to go with the 600 Philosopher's Notes. We've got a brilliant artist, thank you Yasmin out in Germany, that helps us take these ideas, moving from theory to practice, and concretizing the ideas. So that's kind of cool. Each one of the 101s has that. My wife actually has affirmations. She has meditation. Super exciting. That's sleep. That's optimize. Again, what do you want to optimize today? We've been told thousands and thousands of times that we've been able to help people optimize these different areas. We'd be honored to welcome you as a free member or have you invite your friends. Optimize.me. What will we do next? I think we're going to do conquering digital addiction next. That's going to be fun. Conquering digital addiction. A lot of us are addicted to our technology, obviously. We've got a class on that. We actually invited my dear friend Cal Newport to join us to teach a class on his great book. Cal wrote Deep Work, Digital Minimalism, So Good They Can't Ignore You, etc. But we'll talk about this in our next time together, along with some other great books to help you conquer any digital addiction you may have and create a philosophy for your technology use, which is the ultimate essence of Cal's work there. More than enough for me today. Let's go. Here's to optimizing our lives, becoming the best version of ourselves so we can go out and change the world together. One person at a time, starting with you and me. When? How about today? See ya.